Hello everybody, Jamie the Board Game Man here. In today's episode, we're going back to the year 2016 by Queen Games. This plays 2 to 4 players, ages 8 and up. Takes about 45 minutes or so to play. It is called World Monuments. Now in this game, you are building up to 4 different monuments you can choose from. You got the Taj Mahal, the Capitol Building, Notre Dame, and San Pietro. And in this game, what you're trying to do is each round, you have 3 rounds of play. And each round you're picking up building blocks to the building. And during each round you are putting bricks on the board. Obviously the first floor counts as 1 point, second floor counts as 3 points, and so on. So you're trying to build this building, and the higher up you get to put your pieces on the board, the more points you get. And at the end of 3 rounds, whoever has the most points wins the game. So let's head on over to the gamers table where we're going to build some monuments in World Monuments. All right, everybody, here we are, the World Monuments on the gaming table here. Let me go ahead and show you the components, and now I'll go ahead and show you the setup, and then, of course, how to play. So first and foremost, you have the quarry. The quarry is where you're going to be picking up the construction bricks and placing them on the board, okay? You also have the player token, or the worker token, I should say. And you also have the board. This is the board that you're going to be building your monument on. There's 4 different ones. I went ahead and chose the Taj Mahal for this one. But you also have San Pietro, you also have Notre Dame, and the Capitol Building. You also have your player score markers here. And each player will get a shield. This is where you're going to put your construction bricks behind so no one else sees them as you're playing the game. Okay? All right, so that's pretty much... Oh, and also the construction pieces. Here's the bag that you put the little pieces in, and it looks somewhat like this. And the little construction bricks that you use to build the monuments with. Okay, so that's pretty much the components of the game. And of course, you got the instruction booklet here, which is really well done. Color illustrations. As usual, Queen did a wonderful, wonderful job. All right, so this is the setup of how you're going to do this. What you're going to do is on the building, it's going to show you how many of each color you're going to place on the quarry. So for the Taj Mahal in the first round, you're going to gather up 7 purples, 6 red, 4 white, 2 yellow, 3 blue, and 1 black. I already went ahead and prearranged these in here already. And what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and place one of these on the outer ring. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and go this, just randomly. There's no choosing or picking. You just take it out of the bag and you place one on the outer ring. Then normally you would put 2 in the middle in each one of these spaces. Like so. This is normally what you would do. 2. I'm going to go ahead and put here. Go ahead and take the rest of these out. Okay, until you run out, like so. Okay. Now there is an exception on 2 of the buildings. So for instance, on the Taj Mahal, what they want is during all 3 rounds, you're going to place only 1 token in a single space in the middle ring. So when they tell you that, then you're going to do is you're going to go ahead. This is the middle ring here. You're going to go ahead and put the rest of these like so in the middle ring. So then there's 1. Okay. So that is an exception for the Taj Mahal. There is another one for the Capitol where during the 3rd round only, you only place 1 token in 2 spaces in the middle ring. Okay. So that's pretty much how that works. So we're going to go ahead and do it the way they want us to do it for the Taj Mahal. So this is the setup. You got 1 on the outer ring, 1 is in the middle ring, and then all the rest are in the center ring. All right. Now the first player, they're going to go ahead and take the worker token here, and they're going to place it on any one of these outer rings, and you get 1 brick. So let's just say he goes, I want this one here. He's going to place this here. He's going to take that brick, and he's going to go ahead and place it behind his shield. Now player 2 is going to move 2 spaces. Now there's one caveat to moving this worker token around. On the last turn, you must end up on the outer ring. Okay. So for instance, if he wants to get 2, he can either go 1, 2, and grab those 2. He can go 1, 2, and grab these 2, as long as he finishes his turn on the outer ring. Let's just say he goes 1, 2. Yeah, to finish in the outer ring, he's going to grab these 2 and place it behind his shield. Okay. Player 3 or it can be player 1 if you have 2 players, whatever. The third time is going to be 3 bricks. So this time you're going to move 3 moves. Let's just say he goes 1, 2, 3. I'm going to grab these 3, place it behind the shield, and then the fourth move is going to be 4 moves. Now, if you move in a circle that has more than 1, you're only going to grab 1 of those. Let's just say he goes, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. He's just going to grab any one of those that he wants, one of these and one of these. Unfortunately, that round he sacrificed 1. And then after that, you're going to move 4 times every single time. So when you go 1 move, 2 moves, 3 moves, and it's going to be 4 every single time until everyone, or actually I should say all these bricks are picked up by somebody. Okay, so let's just say all the bricks have been taken and round 1 is complete. Okay, so now we're going to move over to the monument board. All right, and now you're going to have the first player is going to go ahead and choose where he wants to go ahead and place a brick. Now let me go ahead and show you the scoring. I'm going to go ahead and take this apart for a second so I can show you up close. This is inside of your shield, and this tells you how many points for each level you lay down a construction brick, okay? So for instance, this is going to be 1 point for a first level, and you can see it goes up in increments of 2, and then up until 9 points for a 5th level brick. The 3, you see right there, the blue, those are actually, I think they're called rubies, I believe. Are these rubies? Gems. They are gems in this game. So they do not go on the board here. They actually stay behind your shield, and at the end of the game, you get 3 points for every blue gem you found. Okay? The black is just a marker that tells who's going to be first player for the next round. So if you pick that up along your quarry here, you're going to get 2 points for it, and then you get to start the next round. That's all the black marker is. There's only 1 of those in the game, and that's what that happens every single round. You're going to place 1 of those black ones in every round, as you can see here, and you're going to have a chance to get 3 gems in every round as well. Okay, so that's pretty much, this kind of shows you a guide as to how many points you get per level, and then right here you get 3 points for every gem, and then 2 points for your first player marker. That's all that is there. That's what you'll be looking at inside. This tells you the different ways where you can stack. All right, depending on what building it is. Either you put it directly on top of each other, maybe you have 2 and 1 goes in the middle. Same thing here, and then maybe there's 4 and then 1 goes in the middle. So it really depends on what building you're building. Okay? So that's the shield there. Okay. So first player is going to go ahead and say, okay, well, obviously he has to put a purple brick down. So he's going to go ahead and place one of his purples that he has behind his shield and place it right on one of these squares. It shows you where to place them. And it actually has a purple on there too, so it tells you the purple is the first color. Okay, but you also go by this guide here. This shows you the different colors you need, like the purples are the first level, reds are the second, the whites are the third, and the yellows are the 4th level. So in this game you have the 4 levels, and then also you have 1 5th level, it looks like. So you have 1, 2, 3, and then you have a level here, and then you have 1 on top here. So we only have 1 brick that's on the 5th level in this game. All right. So, first player decided, okay, I'm going to go ahead and put this brick here. Obviously, he gets 1 point. We'll say first player is green. Okay, he goes 1 point. Second player is going to go ahead and grab one of his bricks behind there. And let's just say he says, well, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and get 3 points for this. He goes and stacks it right on top, like so. Okay, so he goes ahead and gets 2 points for that. Or, I'm sorry, that's 3 points. 1, 2, 3. So he gets 3 points for that. Okay. And the turns go back and forth, or 3 players, 4 players, however many players you go. Each player is going to go ahead and lay down a brick. It gets to a point where you might want to pass, or you might not have a brick to build. Okay, maybe you have, a yellow that you just couldn't get to, and they're all first level or second level, and you can't get to the yellow. You can say pass. Okay, if you show pass, you have to lift up your shield to show everybody that you don't have a brick that you can move. You don't have one that you can build. Okay. For every one of those that you are left, it's minus 1 point. So let's just say you had a yellow and white that you left behind. Say you had a blue here. Maybe you had the first player marker as well behind your shield. And maybe you just couldn't use those, okay? You have to say pass. And what you do is you'll lift up your shield. You will get minus 1 point for each of these, because these are building blocks. So you would go back 2 points, but you would keep these behind your shield for the next round. So that's the caveat to that. You might get minus 1 point for each one of these, but you can actually save those for the next round when you could probably use them. Obviously, you do not lose any points for any gems, because those are end of the game points. So you just keep those right here. And then you also get 2 points for your first player marker, obviously, but obviously you do not -1 for these either. It's only the construction bricks that you get -1 for each one after you pass that you were not able to build on the board, okay? Then you go on to round 2, and then you're going to go ahead and refill the bag, okay, because you're going to have plenty more of these in the box. And you're going to go ahead and put 4 purple, 6 red, 6 white, 3 yellow, 3 more blues, and 1 black. And you're going to put it in the bag. You're going to go ahead and place it in the quarry. And then you're going to do the same thing you did. Just make sure you end your turn on an outer space. Then you're going to go ahead and total the points, as you did during the round. And then you're going to go out in round 3. Then you're going to have the 4 purple, 4 red, 5 white, 6 yellow, 3 more blue, and 1 black, and so on. After everyone has gone through their bricks and buildings and all that good stuff, obviously the play would end, okay? And then what you would do is you would total up all your gems that you have. You get 3 points for every one of these at the end of the game. And then whoever has the most points wins the game. And that's how you play World Monuments. So let's head on over to the game room, and I'll give you my final thoughts. All right, my final thoughts on World Monuments. This is a great family game to play. You get to build a 3D building of 4 well-known monuments in the world. And I think I love the imagination that went behind this game. Just thinking, okay, let's put blocks and build these monuments. I mean, how cool is that? And also, I like the way you get the bricks, where you're actually going, you know, you got the little marker thing, and you're going 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, and you're picking up these blocks along the way. And then you're having to make that decision, do I want the first player marker? And I'm not sure if that's a good strategy or not. I mean, maybe there is, depending on what kind of bricks you get. And if you know you have that higher end brick that you're going to try to go for the next round, and that way you can get that 9 points at the very top if you can. Sometimes getting that first one on the first turn might not be good because you might be laying down a foundation where someone can place on top of it. So I don't know the strategy behind the first player. It could go good, it could go bad. You never know. Well, it won't really ever go bad, but sometimes you might set it up for another player. But that's the way it is throughout the whole game. Is, you know, you put one up there and someone else can have that other brick, bink. And so you just don't know. And that's what I love about it. And I love the way you have those little screens. So they're not all just out in the open going, okay, so-and-so is this one. Well, he's going to build on top of that. You have to kind of try to remember. And that's why I think it's a lot better with 3 or 4 players. Because you can't remember what 3 or 4 players, the 3 other players have behind their screen. 2 players, maybe, might be a little difficult. But 3 or 4 players, you're not even going to try to remember. And sometimes those blue bricks for 3 points each, that can count. That can count a lot for you, especially if you have a lot of foundation ones. You don't have too many points on the board. Those 3 points can add up really quick too. But then again, you can't go for those higher points, like a 3rd level on, which is more than 3 points. So it's really just a lot of mind games going on, trying to figure out where should I put and when should I put this on there. Love it. Highly recommend it. Let me break out my thumbs up, because you know I'm going to give it a thumbs up because I'm talking highly about it. Let me grab it. There you go. Thumbs up for World Monuments. Make sure you get it today. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the episode. And until next time, everybody, happy gaming.